Good day, my friends, and welcome back.
Hey!
So hopefully this time we can do this without the game crashing. Did you see his head? When he was chewing, his head got like so much smaller.
Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
I noticed while editing my other video that the audio for the game seemed really low by comparison to my voice. I had to like boost the volume for each individual clip, which was like a 40-minute video, and you know, each clip is maybe 4 or 5 minutes long, so that was a little tedious.
You shouldn't have come here!
Shouldn't I? Let's kill this guy. Oh shit, he got me.
You deserve that, lowlife.
That wasn't too bad. I can't focus on him.
You poor sucker. You don't even have any gold on you. I think
No,
I'd better take
I wanted
this
that.
weapon.
You son of a bitch.
So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later. I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the Temple of Adenos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. You know that. Man, they really took a lot out of you. You can't remember anything at all, can you?
Nope.
I want to learn your...
Sure.
Have I leveled up? I don't remember. Alright. Like I said, I'm going to
Come back.
invest in some weapon skills, even though I'm planning to go the route of the mage. And that's just because having melee weapon skills is very useful in this game. Even if you're focusing on magic, sometimes there are enemies that magic just doesn't work on. And if you just try to just try to beat them to death with your weapon when you're not really that skilled with it, you won't get any critical hits, and best case scenario, the fight will take forever. Worst case scenario, you won't even be able to, you know, do much damage before he just kills you. So I heard about this, I remember reading an interview a while ago. There's that bandit, that's where he ran off to. Interview I read a while ago where, what's his name, Mike Hoge, I think, the director of Piranha Bytes, or whatever his role is, he said that when they released the first Gothic game, they didn't make a profit on it at all. They actually lost a lot of money from it. But I guess they were confident enough to make a sequel, which they managed to break even, but they hardly earned anything. And then with the expansion, they actually started to make money from it. And this expansion is definitely well worth it. Okay, gotta be careful here. I want to take these one at a time. Because if you try to take them all at once, it gets pretty rough. Even if they are only small blood flies. See, they just kind of swarm you and they move around really fast. One at a time is the way to go. Come on. There we are. And smack. It's nice to be playing this again. I wasn't sure if I would start it for a while because Dark Mysteries took so long. I wasn't sure if like I would really be in the spirit for Gothic for a while. But I just love this game so much. It's definitely the best, in my opinion, it's the best game Piranha Bytes has ever made. Try to get one. See, the AI with the wolves is interesting because they do have a pack mentality. If one of them starts threatening you, they'll all try to come after you. But the good thing is, if you can predict their like that little thing they do where they're just kind of like threatening you, they start like growling at you and stuff. You can learn to predict that, and like they'll like lower the head and start growling like 3 times before they charge you, and you can actually lure them away one at a time like that. Because the first one will start threatening you, and then the other ones will start like a moment after that. And so if you could get the first one to go through his whole like threatening thing, you can lure him away, and the other ones will give up because they didn't go through like all 3 steps. It's weird when you can exploit like the AI like that. Like they try to make it, you know, smarter AI, but then at the same time you can exploit the weaknesses in it.
Hey,
Let's talk to
stranger.
this guy.
I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict, and we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get
Fucking
in.
sheep just keep
And
pushing
you have
us.
to know what they want to hear.
And that would be...
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot about this wolf. He shows up like after that conversation for some reason.
Well done! One dirty beast less!
Gotta make sure you get him before this guy does so you get the experience. And all the sheep just run away. But a lot of people, like, the biggest complaint people had with the Gothic games was the fact that, like, all the NPCs, or like, pretty much almost everyone in the game has, like, these weird, like, American accents. And I honestly thought that was cool. It gave everything kind of like a unique charm to it. You know, farmers sound like... I'm not really sure how to explain it. I just like it better than, you know, going with the generic British accents for like every fantasy game ever.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinthus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
I apologize for the interruption.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice. But I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. That's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
Picking turnips?
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
So, basically what he was saying is Onar, who is the biggest landowner in pretty much on the island, hired the mercenaries from the colony to, I guess, keep the city guard from taking his money and his harvest like they seem to be doing. Anyway, we gotta pick some turnips. We gotta do some work around here. It's not really necessary. In fact, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to actually just steal the clothes that he's offering. But I do this just because in this game, you kind of need all the experience and leveling up you can get. And this is stuff you get is pretty minor, but there's no reason not to, really. Basically, the game starts off seeming a little tedious with the kind of work you gotta do, but it doesn't rely on fetch and carry quests and, generic stuff like most RPGs would. Found another purse. So, picking turnips doesn't take as long as you think it might.
Hey, you! Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces. Or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Give me 5 gold pieces.
Here. Don't drink it all at once.
If you went with the other option, he would take 10 gold off of the asking price for the clothes. Like I said, I'm going to steal them, so no big deal. Now here's something I initially really liked about the game. You see, there's just random stuff just kind of hiding in the corners of everywhere. It's not always like particularly useful, which is the problem with it. Sometimes it's just some random crap that's not really that useful. But there's always something to find. And in like more recent titles from Piranha Bytes like Risen 2, you kind of have the same thing. There's a lot of stuff to see, but it's not always that valuable, and that's just kind of the fault with that game. They haven't really made it any more interesting than it was, 10 years before.
I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Can you
Yes,
give me
ma'am.
something to eat?
You can come back for more tomorrow.
Ooh, that sounded dirty. But yeah, she gives you 20 gold, and I think the pan might cost like 15, so you actually make a profit there. And then there's another guy over here. He doesn't really give you a job, he just... You notice his name's in capital letters. Someone's fighting down there, who cares? His name is all in capital letters, and what I noticed is there's actually a quest line specific to the if you go the path of the mage, where you talk to, you have to do stuff like all these different characters, and each one of them, for some reason with the expansion, has a capitalized name.
And how goes the work?
Same as
So
always.
when you see
Lot
that,
to
you
do,
know that they're
not
going to
enough
be
money, and
important later.
with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
Here's your
I
wine.
actually got that from
better not
Malik,
ask where you got
or
her
Malif,
from, huh?
whatever his name is.
Who cares? Well, thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
I'm not going to talk to like every NPC and exhaust every dialogue option, because that would just take a while. You can learn more about the backstory by talking to them, like about the war on the mainland, and some people will tell you, "Oh, I've seen orcs around here." You kind of get the hint that things are going south real quick.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city, am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
This is like there are several options to getting into the city. This is like the worst one. So
No,
never
keep
accept
your paper.
it. I seem to have misjudged you, huh? Well, do you want something else? Can I interest you in my wares?
Show me.
Take your...
Basically, he offers you this paper and he says, "I'll give it to you for free. You just have to do me a favor later." And that favor is kind of shitty. He kind of forces you into doing it anyway, but if you do it later on, you actually can... Oh, I forgot to buy the frying pan.
Take your...
If you do it without accepting the paper, he will actually give you an item instead. If you do it after accepting the paper, then that's just kind of his reward for doing that favor is not turning you in, because he knows you're a fugitive, basically. I'm not really gonna do it that way anyway. I'm actually gonna turn it around on him, but I just don't want to deal with the whole shit with the paper. Alright, gotta deliver the frying pan. If you take too long to deliver the frying pan, his wife will get mad at you.
Hey, you!
And here's your
Here's
pan.
your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
She will continue to give you more to eat until you make it to the city, which will happen like very soon. Here's where he keeps the clothes. You see how easy it is, just snatch it. The thing is, you can't talk to him again after this until like later on when you join another faction or something, because he'll ask about the clothes, and then you'll have to return it, and you'll never be able to steal it back from him. Unless maybe you can beat him down to the ground, just take it again. That's no different than like, you want one at a time. That would be no different than just refusing to give it to him. Oh shit. Sweet. If you refuse to give it to him, or he finds out you already sold it or something, then he'll attack you. And it's very hard to fight NPCs early on in this game. There's some good stuff to be had around here. I can't really see anything. I got a glare on my screen right now. I've noticed there's a switch on this thing. That becomes important later, so we'll just wait until then. Now, what has been bugging me like the last several years, I've played through this game over and over again. There used to be a really good, like really valuable plant growing somewhere around here. It doesn't seem to be here anymore. I don't really know why. I haven't seen it for like a long time. It just, I don't know if it got patched out or something. I can't imagine it has been, because, you know, why would they still be patching this game? This game is like 10 years old by now. Anyway, like I said, don't go back to Lobart. But what I am going to do is take a nap. Ironically, he just kind of ends up back... I guess it's not ironic, I'm using that word wrong. But he just ends up back outside. You can't use the beds if someone is already in it. Actually, you can. You can wake them up and then just use the bed, and then they'll get mad. But it's pretty funny. Basically, I don't know what I'm trying to say, so I'm just gonna shut up. These clothes aren't that good at protecting. The armor rating is kind of low, but might as well wear it. And here's a strange fellow. Let's talk to him.
Psst! Hey, you, come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool, I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Are you hiding from someone?
Of course not. What nonsense. I just enjoy standing among the trees so the wind won't blow right into my face. What about you now? Do you want the job?
Cut the crap. Tell me what you want.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. Nobody gets anywhere with you just by using pretty words. I knew it. I'm dealing with a tough businessman here. You're a businessman and certainly interested in a small addition to your purse, aren't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
The only real option here is to give him the farmer's clothes.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Basically, this guy always turns out to be a cheap fuck. But he's definitely one of my favorite characters in this game. Giving him the clothes is the only way to help him get past the guard. But it would be easy for you yourself to get past the guards if you just use the trick that Lester told you, or told me in the last episode, which is to just have 10 of any one plant, and then the guards will let you through. Because you can just say, oh, I'm working for the alchemist. And actually, that's a better way to go, because when you go back to Lester later, you will get like an experience bump for using his trick.